I'd
His
like to see
shard
it.
right now is, I think it's very good, underrated, I would say. The eating of teammates is amazing, both for actually helping them and griefing. So it's just for best for both worlds. And the Agnum Scepter, I'm not sure on, but you're saying he should come with the Flesh Heap activatable, or it should be something that you purchase?
He should come with it. He's garbage.
Mm.
I disagree. I think both Ags are garbage. But anyway,
Yeah,
Pudge
But
is
okay.
in it.
Jenkins, you are the Pudge guy, though. So on one hand, we could be like, maybe you're right. You know Pudge more than all of us. But on the other hand, you could be saying that in hopes that Ice Frog just buffs the hero and he's listening, and that you
That's
get what you
true.
want, and you get Pudge as a
I
superhero.
can't
That's,
be
all the
trusted.
pros do that. They come on these things and like, this hero's trash. Actually, it's garbage, low tier.
Yeah,
Don't.
it's true.
It's
I
my
can't be
sleeper
trusted.
hero. Don't acknowledge it.
The
Yep.
easy not to extend this conversation, ignore the draft even more, but the best way to buff Pudge is to let him hook people on the way back, like in Heroes of Newerth.
Oh my
One of the
gosh!
greatest games of all time.
that was
You know,
broken.
overtime Dota 2 Ice Frog. He tries to mask the balance changes he makes to make it look like it's not Han, but in fact, half the things that are put in the game these days are actually from that game. So might as well just get the Pudge hook back in as well, please. Thank you.
Speaking of
People would
might as
freak out.
well, might as well picked Ogre here on the third pick
Wow.
there.
Wow.
420 Jenkins, hit that boy with a follow. He's entertaining all night long.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, looking at this draft, got a witch doctor coming in hot. Okay. Cool.
Get back to that ogre, though. Get back to that ogre now, because
a
he
boring
got
hero.
revamped a little bit, but yeah, his purpose is essentially still the same. He's that enforcer,
He's the
that
same.
lane enforcer. He's got, the oh my gosh, I can't think of bloodlust, for the team and such. But
Ooh, this guy got through.
and now they have more to dump into him. Alacrity,
Okay.
bloodlust. He's gonna hit so freaking fast.
All right,
Oh
I
my
have
God.
it, guys. I have.
Congratulations to 5ManMidas on their victory today. They did pick the Wolfman.
If this is left open, it's going to be the dream. It's Juggernaut, Biting Wolf, Alacrity, Bloodlust. How do you lose with that combo? Alacrity, Bloodlust, and you're a goddamn wolf spinning with Ag Shard attacking.
We got to get Earth Spirit on that. So what he does is he puts him into a stone first, and then kicks him into the fight, and then everything kicks off.
Wait. You have to Alacrity first, then turn into the stone, then kick, then spin. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And wolf. First.
Uncounterable.
Yeah.
Uncounterable. Oh wait, hold
can
on.
you
Mars
bite
comes
a
out.
Stone? That's the question.
Mars comes out, drops the arena, and suddenly he's trapped in with the whole team. And
I actually think the Jug is sick here. This is the exact same thing we saw EG do to 4 Zoomers, where they had the Lycan pickup, and then it looked like it was going to be a Lycan safe lane, so the Mars came out, and then the Jug came out, and the Lycan was just put in the off lane, and then the Mars gets owned by Jug in lane because you just spin him down with an Ogre. This actually seems, dude, Shannon, you have had some 5-head calls today, dude. This actually,
Jenkins,
you might be 100% right.
I'm telling you, I
Just
could
today,
be a
though.
literal coach,
Just today.
okay?
Literally
And
just today.
It's like an Ogre Magi coach where it's a 50-50. If it's a terrible idea and you lose because of it, or you literally win because it's such a good idea. Genius at its best.
yeah, we need to have you as a coach. I just need to see you pull a team out, guys. That game 1, that was like a whopper. All right, and we need more of a Big Mac. All right, so please, let's get it going.
That's like the most pathetic, right at the end of the movie, epic climax speech from the coach.
The problem is, like, with DC, mostly Europeans, they don't know anything about fast food, so I had to educate them first. Like, Weehaw had Wendy's as his top tier, and I almost banned him from the house. I did not let him enter the house for a full day.
If they were American, you would have won TI because they'd get the Whopper thing.
That's right.
Holy shit, boys, we're Whoppers. It all makes sense. We can't pick Slark here.
They'd ban Jug themselves. What is this nonsense? Misclick. They thought they were picking, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, that may have been it. That may have been it. Or they're 6-heading us right now. I don't know. There might be something even better than the Jug that we could not be considering somehow here, but we'll await to see. On the black and yellow side, what is the gap in their draft right now? Because there's still plenty of flexibility out there. Yes, OD has found a pretty good spot in that kind of 4 position, as we saw in the previous game, but I always like to chuck out the idea that Ryoya can kind of get his hands back on the hero yet again. We'll see, though, as now that you already kind of see all this potential power dump into the Wolfman and uncertainty on where he could lane, what they decide to do with this last 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Well, from black and yellow side, Wraith King still available. That's the hero that's been in every single game, pretty much.
So
Is
Monkey King, right? Monkey King's still available.
Oh, that was
oh wow,
that's
Monkey King was
right.
banned first like
That
every game
usually
today.
gets banned in this. Yeah, people in NA really think this Monkey King is OP.
What's good
Ooh.
against Lycan though? And you don't know what position Lycan is quite yet either. So you don't want to go for like Axe used to be the thing back in the day. It's terrible now.
You have to think about like what is it is it terrible? Is Axe terrible now because of how he's been changed, or because Lycan's been changed to kind of not have to worry about Axe anymore? Because what was it? Jumping in, locking him down, keeping him in a spot. Is there not another hero that can kind of do that? But I guess we'll just throw that by the wayside. There's been 2 snap picks here. Ursa, Viper. Quick final
Ryoya.
thoughts here.
I'm
And
gonna go.
Ryoya on OD.
Yeah, let me go first this time, okay? Because you always think I copy you. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
tired of this bullshit.
Go.
Okay, there's gonna be months of this. Okay, I'm gonna say 5ManMidas. I feel like they win the lanes. This Viper snap pick against Ursa is gonna win. I think there's nothing to counter this Lycan.
I absolutely agree. Thank you.
Oh, God.
You okay?
Are you
We're gonna
serious?
go to a
Dakota,
quick
please.
break, and I can't. Sorry, we're going to the casters. We'll let them hear their thoughts. It's Lyrical and Parker. Take it away after the break.
And welcome back, all you fine folks out there in Dota 2 world. We are looking at game number 3. We've gone the distance here in the second series of the day. 5ManMidas facing off against black and yellow. And GoDz, we got a couple snap picks there at the end. The panel, we're about to rip each other's heads off, battling about burgers and battling about who's copying who. But who are you feeling right now? Are you digging what 5ManMidas have come up with the Ursa last pick?
You know, things are interesting. I got to say, I'm not sold on this Viper last pick, especially in the offlane role. I feel like it's just not what you normally expect out of your offlaner. It's not one of Monster's like big time played heroes as well. But I think as far as carries go, Ursa from Yamsum was a decent response. Very, very interested to see how this game goes. Viper could cause Ursa some problems for sure.
Well, and speaking of causing problems, RRL runs into everybody immediately. And, well, Ryoya, he does have, well, the arrow going to connect, and they're going to secure the last hit right there by Ryoya, who's playing on the OD this time, should be mentioned.
Yep. Oh, the Ryoya OD. This is a classic.
Yeah. Yeah, you love to see it.
As he gets a first blood. That's a decent chunk of gold to help out. Well, I was going to say help out his lane. Like, you know, normally you get a first blood, allows you to get a faster bottle or an extra null talisman, but he's just rushing Meteor Hammer, of course.
That's what you like to see. Maybe you can use it a couple earlier times to try and take that tower early or something. There is a bit of a push out here right now. Flea and Jubei going to be pressured away from the boundary run, and Jubei actually might be in trouble as the Ogre is just punching him down. The roll forward comes, and, well, arrow connects afterwards. This might be enough. He gets out of there. Man is quick on his feet.
Trying so hard to dodge the double cast. That's why Earth Spirit wasn't running in, but unfortunately, Jubei just patient, holds onto the cask, and he has the boots first to make sure he can get away from that.
Interesting. Very interesting. Picks up the regen right now and likely just going to TP back out. That does set things up for, you know, him needing to play very safe over the next couple of minutes, because if he TPs back and then dies, game is looking really rough at that point.
I believe he can TP down with the Ursa's magic stick or something, maybe. Although it doesn't look like he picks it up.
Interesting. And he's actually TPing to the outpost of all places.
Yeah, I think that was probably intentional. He just didn't want to leech the Ursa's experience under tower, and also, let's say someone dies in the next, 30 seconds. You don't want to have that long TP back, but
That's fair.
Not a big deal.
Okay. So, interesting way to start this one out at the very least. You talked about it, that Viper off lane, at least so far, hasn't really been punished by any fashion by the Ursa. They're going to roll in now to buy a little bit of extra space there. Coconut's bouncing around a few times. And up top, also a battle of Bruin as the Lycan gets speared back by Zero, and Flea keeping that pressure onto him.
Yeah, I like the Mars pick in response. It gives him at least some AoE and wave clear for the Lycan and his summons. Gives you a way to lock down. Lycan, not a hero that traditionally goes BKB or doesn't want to go BKB. So if you just catch him in the arena, even when he's in that shapeshift, he's not, he's not getting out.
Right. Yeah, it can be very annoying, definitely. to have to play against. And granted, there's also, you know, a couple of annoying things that 5ManMidas have on their own fashion. These are a couple of different heroes that don't like to get hit by that mana burn. The Ursa and the Mars, and playing against
Yeah.
Crosswax Invoker is kind of annoying.
I feel like I've seen a lot of these Lycans here with Necrobooks just destroy these low mana pool heroes. But looking at this lane's a big edge for Ryoya in this mid lane. It's like the third game in a row where he's kind of walked away with at least a bit of a CS advantage.
And that is what you would expect on definitely a comfort hero for him. RL likely playing on his comfort hero as well on this Invoker, but we'll see if he's going to be able to make things work. As maybe Ryoya might even take another point into Astral, try and you know, get a little bit of extra damage in there along the way.
I think that what we see mostly is you get the Astral at levels 3, 4, and 5 because you want to have, because usually by the time you get your Meteor Hammer, you're like level 7-ish, so you want to have the maxed out
Ooh.
Astral to go
Up
with
top.
the Meteor Hammer.
Zero finds the kill.
The only one surprised by this is you.
Yeah, that is something to watch for, definitely. Making sure you can hit that combo perfectly, but lots of damage up there top, and you can see step forward just a bit too far, and Lycan can definitely be punished.
Flea loves this Mirana. Like, as long as I can remember him playing in NA Dota, Mirana's been one of his kind of favorite heroes to play. Loves this and the Earth Spirit, but yeah, very proficient when it comes to landing those arrows.
Good stuff so far. As up top, they're still keeping that pressure on, and the Ogre trying to buy as much space for his carry as they possibly can. Down bottom, there's definitely a brawling element to this lane, as well as they're trying to contest for this side pull that 5ManMidas were able to get. Jubei not wanting to give it away for free, but they are going to lose a creep there to it.
Big wins in the laning stage. 2k gold lead already as all three lanes are being won by black and yellow. The bottom one only maybe slight advantage going their way, but the other two lanes fairly sizable advantages.
Yeah, and you can see Aextra making this rotation. Like, they need to change some of this stuff up. He's only going to take that regen rune away, but yeah, they can't afford to be getting outlaned like this. I mean, granted, that's how game one they ended up being able to still win, but I'd be at least a little bit concerned about the way this one is going.
Yeah, we'll see what they look to do. They don't really have any roaming potential from their cores until Invoker gets some levels, but definitely would expect Invoker, once he has Earn plus Boots, to start looking to make plays around the map.
Right.
That's kind of where they can claw their way back into this game. If they're down from the lanes, Earth Spirit and Invoker are going to be the two big playmakers.
In the meantime, just mitigate whatever losses are possibly going on. Bounty Runes also is another nice way to play around this. So Shu pushing back Flea right now, forcing him to make some type of a different move. But as they move in with Zero, that signals, okay, we can't really do this anymore. It looks like he's going to be able to get one of these, maybe. Oh, no. Quick move in, and Flea sneaks it away from him. But no more, or only one more leap charge, and looks like it's enough to get him away.
Has the salve as well, so we can stick around this lane with the bottle refill. Very heads-up play from the Mirana to stop the Ogre from getting that one, and things continue to look pretty good for black and yellow.
All things fall.
Well, that 5-minute mark, 2,000 gold lead, like you said, definitely a problem. But the other thing is just like sort of the levels and the way that that's going to go. As they already have Meteor Hammer done, though, on OD, and starting to try and look for some combos here on RL possibly. It's down bottom, lots of damage out. Monster bringing him low, will get the kill, and while he loses his life, takes down 2 with him.
Really nicely done. That's the kind of, you know, kills they needed. They don't even give away any experience, dying after both the two heroes are dead, so really good rotation and move from the Earth Spirit. I'd like to see him maybe head mid, look for this OD. The Invoker does have the Urn of Shadows up, so I'm sure Invoker's, you know, asking either for help to get a kill, or he wants to make a move to one of these side lanes to start picking up those Urn charges.
Yep. Definitely be nice for him, as OD is just leaving to go jungle. Does get a free lane for the Invoker for the moment, but like you said, it'd be nice to be able to pick up some kills along the way, fill up that Urn charge, make a move. But it looks like, at least for now, maybe waiting for Lycan's level 6. That could be a nice time to make a play. Transformation going on.
And Ryoya himself looking for a Astral initiation if possible. Nothing coming his way just yet. More aggression down bottom. 5ManMidas pressuring the tier 1 tower with the siege wagon. Viper feeling very strong down here against an Ursa.
Yeah, doesn't quite have that level 6, but they're going to use the overpower. Jump away afterwards. Still playing it safe.
TP Mirana down bottom.
Okay. There's a chance here to go on him. Has to be real careful on Monster. I mean, there's one downside to the Viper is like, it's just so much damage that comes out. And will not be able to get a return kill, most likely. Maybe can bring down Yamsum, but no, he's going to walk away. And Akester, well, he has another kick. If he can get the right angle. Doesn't look like it.
This is kind of classic Viper problems. Like, if you ever get ganked, you're just... all you can do is hold your ground and stand there and hope for the best. He's looking for the kick bottom.
Oh!
The Radiant Ward actually, I think, scouted that roll, so the
Yeah.
Ursa knew it was coming.
Well, coming up on the 8-minute mark here, and they've been able to sort of narrow the lead slightly, but there's going to be the shapeshift and that rotation coming over from the Invoker. Needs to get in range. Gets it. Okay. They find Zero, and that's going to be a very nice pickup.
Yep. Nicely done. He needed to TP maybe a bit more in the center out of the Fire Blast range, but just heads up play from 5ManMidas to get that pick off. And now Invoker is going to be ready to start making those moves with the Cold Snap plus Earn charges. It's level 8 as well, so this is where 5ManMidas can start making their mark on this game.
Yeah, they've been able to weather the initial storm of the bad laning phase, and you can see that already Roya is making moves around the map. He hits one time on that Meteor Hammer down bottom, but they're going to rotate in. The Ogre here tries to roll in, can't quite connect onto Ursa, and that gets him away from danger.
I think that was just kind of like a zoning Viper strike. I don't actually think they were fully serious about going for that kill. Yamsum just popped the Enrage to mitigate damage.
He's found again.
But now they're serious. He doesn't got Enrage. They will definitely want to kill him here.
Okay. Slow down, silence, chase.
He's coming over.
Yeah, this is a nice pickup here if they can get him. And Tornado able to sidestep it, but the Fire Blast comes in, and eventually they will take down that Ursa. More
You
arm
get the style
charges.
point dodging Tornado, but you dodge it into your death.
So both safe lanes being assaulted a little bit. Black and yellow able to do more damage and are going to take the tier 1 to start off this pressure as Jubei soaks up XP in the mid lane. And at 9.5 minutes, the net worth kind of evenly distributed amongst the top cores.
Yeah, things definitely stabilizing after some good moves coming out of 5ManMidas. They're going to trade towers, so it does feel like we're going to see another at least close game. Neither team's just going to pull away with a massive advantage that they can snowball from, which, you know, it was possibly looking like that could happen, but 10-minute bounty runes coming up. RRL, he's being baited on this top one.
Oh, he's going to walk right onto it. Maledict is there. Tornado, but wait, where does teammate go? Jubei left alone and abandoned by Flea. Maybe Flea recognizing that was going to turn into a bad fight right afterwards, but regardless.
They didn't have the damage to kill him there. It was like the worst target to find. They wanted to like maybe get a support plus bounty rune, but Invoker is just not a hero they can kill there. As much as it looked like they completely messed up the gank, they had no way of killing Invoker there.
Okay, that's fair enough. Zero does have the arena blood if they want to come and try and fight this. There's a TP coming in right now from Jubei. Looking for an opening right now. Doesn't have level 6, but the Maledict hit. Oh, and the great jump in afterwards. What a freaking cask in Maledict. And now the chase down coming. That gave him level 6, kills off Shu. And the tower is not falling. Meteor Hammer landing afterwards. Perfect combo from Black and Yellow. What a play.
Really nicely done. That's exactly what they needed. Defend the tier 1 tower, get those big kills. Perfect cast Maledict, as you highlighted. Jubei just playing out of his mind. His Witch Doctor this entire best of 3, we saw it earlier. He's just, you know, he's at home when he's playing this Witch Doctor.
Absolutely. And again, maybe just a bit too far forward there and feeling like they could fight when they couldn't on 5ManMidas. Get outplayed slightly. They missed the EMP by virtue of a really good Astral Imprisonment. The spear goes out a bit too early, so this is going to be a dead zero as Jubei trying to retreat, but everybody shows back up for a battle, and they just eat on up that Witch Doctor.
Teams just trading blow for blow, Gabe.
I know. You're going in at each other.
neither wanting to give anything up. One team wins a fight, they just get ran at, then it's the other team winning one, taking a tower. So 5ManMidas lose a fight, but instantly bounce back. And it's the RRL special. He just loves to fight and constantly wants to run at you.
And, you know, I think that this is something that I've wanted to see for a while, is like teams that have like clearly defined ideas of how they play Dota and getting to explore them a little bit more. And I think that's what's so cool about this new league system, right? Is that like you get to learn an identity of players and teams and the way that they like to play. That's something that you sometimes miss in the flurry of all the crazy amount of games that we have. As a meteor hammer is going to land, the arrow comes afterwards, and Lies. He will pay. He will lose his life. Shu also trying to escape, but the rest of Black and Yellow are down there trying to find that kill. Monster wanting to get one finish there and does get him. But now he's going to lose his life as well to the Mirana. Just carnage all over the map.
Absolute bloodbath. The poor Lycan just didn't expect them to just be... They were just sitting at the tier 2 tower bottom, invis in the Moonlight Shadow. And Lycan just gets completely caught by surprise. This is something I feel like there's a lot more pressure on 5ManMidas because they haven't really got that like kind of hard carry to fall back on as much. The past couple of games we saw Lies playing more of these scaling heroes. This time he's on a more tempo carry. Whereas Ursa going into this battle period, he's just going to be much more of a late game threat. So we'll see what 5ManMidas can do.
They use the shapeshift. Blink away though. Royoya, he's pretty far out of there. Can they roll in and break it in time? No! He's going to get away. Unreal.
Level 1 rolling boulder with that long cooldown. He used it to get closer, so unfortunate for 5ManMidas. They'd love to maybe get some towers off of this, but this bottom tier 2 is still full health, so I don't really see them easily getting this. They have got level 3 Necrobook though, so it does seem like their goal is even just get some map control, use the Necrobook to deward here.
You saw that attempted gank onto Jubei, but you can see just the effectiveness of, even though, yeah, Necrobook good, but Cask so much a great answer to it.
Yeah, it is. Witch Doctor's an amazing support against Lycan.
Well, another Meteor Hammer comes in, and no save in the world available for Aegster, who will fall. Shu now has to run away, and Jubei just drops the ward on the other side in the river, finds the kill. They keep on running. Black and Yellow have a full head of steam and are looking very, very solid here in this game number 3.
They're using their smokes really well. Like they knew the Lycan committed his Shapeshift bottom and the Necrobook. So both Necro 3 and Shapeshift were on cooldown. They just smoke right at him. They didn't even have to commit like the Mars Arena to win that fight. But if a team fight did happen, they had it there. So it was very much a scenario where 5ManMidas just had to give up a couple of lives and a tier 1 tower just because of a good smoke timing from Black and Yellow. And they're not done. Right after smoking, they're going to pop the Moonlight Shadow and try to go aggressive once more.
Smoke up coming right now from 5ManMidas as well, though. And the Wolves might break that smoke on them. So they see they got vision, wants to roll in, hits onto 1, silence there, onto 3, good combo, but immediately taken off 0, able to get through there. Taking away all of the mana. Red drops the ulti onto Monster, but Monster got everything out in time. Disarmed for the moment, but that is a dead OD if I've ever seen one. As no chance for a blink out there. Couldn't quite get it. Shu wants to chase, wants to find an opening. 0. Can't quite get him.
Yeah, this time around, 5ManMidas ready with a smoke of their own. Both teams recognizing that you can't sit back and farm this game. Just fighting over every bounty rune. And all these smokes being committed early on, as we'll see if 5ManMidas can follow it up with some pressure. Unfortunately, no Necrobook for this tier 2 tower push, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get it.
I mean, it reminds me of like, you know, those like 80s movies where you have like Stallone and somebody else just throwing their bodies at each other, just beating each other's face in. That's kind of what this game has been like. It's just nonstop action going, and neither buddy backing down a little bit at all here.
No one begging for mercy here. They are just hitting back twice as hard each time.
That's right. So 3,000 gold lead though, and it's a BKB coming up next for Invoker. Lycan has the AC queued up, only level 10 on him, as there really has not been much farming. I guess both teams about the same levels. It's mainly just Flea that's been able to get a little bit of separation there.
Another Meteor Hammer combo.
Got him caught. I mean,
does reveal a ward, perhaps? I don't actually know if that was the ward scouting him, but yeah, I think he's pinging where he thinks a ward is, but he wasn't quite on the money with that one. But bottom tier 2 tower still being pushed, even with Ogre dead.
Right. And they will at least defend it for the moment. As looking towards Roche, do Dire realize what's happening right now?
They're sending summons to go scout. It looks like the Forge Spirit, the Wolves. Yeah, they're headed right there with a smoke of their own.
Oh, they got vision here, though. They see Monster. Jubei, he's over there. Sunstrike, roll in. Finds Yamsum right at the start. Silence afterwards. On top of Jubei, he's in some trouble as he's going to fall. Monster afterwards turns onto Zero, trying to take him down. Yamsum, can he kill off one in time? He's going to get that Viper, but it's going to come at a cost. As that will be a dead Ursa. Great fight from 5ManMidas. Now trying to find Ryoya. They won't quite get in range. They got the slowdown, but they won't be able to get him.
Roche is half-ish health. They don't have the best Roche. They definitely can here. We'll see if they go for it. No shapeshift up. Necrobook in 10 seconds, so they may want to try and make a go of it. Invoker has other ideas. He's running off to farm the jungle, so it does seem like they're saying, let's not risk it and do anything too crazy here.
And now 5ManMidas underneath the ward. This reveals that, okay, they're, not going in to take Roshan. Don't know if we're going to see 5ManMidas get the D ward on that one or not.
They've got the courier. It looks like scouting it yet.
Okay.
Heads up play. Definitely an underrated aspect of the Necro 3 is just the constant ability to D-ward.
Wow. 2,000 gold lead right now is, again, this game on a knife's edge. And, you win one fight decisively, and suddenly that puts you in a great position to try and close it out. But it's, how are you going to take that fight? Are Black and Yellow going to be able to sneak away a Roche? Do we see just like sort of enough of the constant pressure down bottom that forces Black and Yellow to respond?
And that was, that's a very bold move. This is a game 3 decider, and Black and Yellow go for a Roche sneak. They were not, it wasn't like they were Roshing because they felt like they were stronger and they were happy to take a team fight. They thought that 5ManMidas were pushing that bottom lane.
Right.
So they try to sneak a quick Roche, and otherwise, like, they definitely want to wait for the BKB on Ursa before they take a team fight or force a Roche fight. So I think that's really going to be their next big opening, because Yamsun has been slowed down a little bit with the way the last few minutes have gone.
Well, you can kind of feel right now just the way that they're playing. Black and Yellow spread out a bit more, willing to get farm around their entire jungle. 5ManMidas definitely kind of huddling together as 4, not wanting to give up any easy pick-off kills, and that's leading to a slight gold lead into the favor of Black and Yellow. But it's really coming down to how these fights turn out that's telling the tale of this game. And I think we have another smoke that's coming out right now. This could be a big pick-off.
Mars just picked up a big item. He's got a blink dagger now.
And
they see them.
Shapeshift rolls in, blinks away. This is a really good disengage if Black and Yellow can get out right now, which it looks like they will. That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that arena is really good. As much as it looks like, it's just being used defensively, you're just looking to run away from the shapeshift.
Dude, if Jubei's the only casualty here, that is perfectly fine. Wait, but they're coming in again with Zero. Arrow off the mark.
Yeah, Earth Spirit wants to go in, I think 5ManMidas feel like they could go for it, but they don't want to overcommit. They may fall back for Roshan, but Black and Yellow, if they put a smoke, they can definitely contest this Roche, even without the Witch Doctor. We'll see what they want to do. No arena, and it doesn't look like 5ManMidas want to go for any kind of a crazy Roche play themselves right now.
Yeah, pick up that regen on Lies, back out, get the farm on again. But that smoke basically getting them nothing on the side of 5ManMidas. Well, do have another one on Black and Yellow ready to go with Mirana if they want to try and make the play around the next arena. 30 seconds away.
And these smokes will quickly become a precious resource. I don't even know if 5ManMidas have any left. I don't see any on either of their supports right now, so quite possibly that was their last smoke for a little while.
They're going to have to keep checking out this Roche pit. Maybe send off some Lycan Wolves or something in a bit to just stay in there to make sure that Ursa doesn't go for any sneaky plays.
Definitely the good news for them is they've got such good scouting capabilities.
Right.
And they've got a really nice ward in this top lane, which hasn't been dewarded. There's, 2 sentries looking for it?
Yeah, that's a great ward for Dire, definitely.
Gives a lot of info. Then they've got the wolves just running around. So doesn't look like black and yellow are going to use their smoke. Probably once this Ursa gets his BKB, which is 10 gold away, that's when they want to either force Roshan or go for a smoke play. I think smoke play is probably the safer bet. Try to let Mars get a Blink Arena initiation or have the OD find an Astral Meteor Hammer combo.
Right. I mean, the only unfortunate thing is it's not going to be like perfectly timed up with OD's BKB, who's still, I mean, less than halfway towards it, but it could still be a nice little pickup for him here. And OD does have a DD, is down bottom, all the summons pressuring into this tier 2 tower, trying to claim an objective if possible with this catapult wave that came in. But there
really
is the smoke.
Yeah. And they just go right into Roche.
Oh, wait, but the Forge Spirit, they see it.
Ooh.
They know this is happening. I mean, this is crazy. You can't go in like this. Oh, Zero misses on the spear. Coconut gonna bounce around a couple of times. And it looks like, well, OD just jumps in. They don't kill Monster. Roll in afterwards. Magnetize is gonna hit onto several. Have to be really careful. The arena is down now, but the disarm is there as well. Shu wants to throw out some extra damage there. They jump in with the Ursa. Witch Doctor ulti afterwards, doing a good amount of work here. But he is just going to eat him up. And yeah, dead Ursa, dead Witch Doctor. That was not the fight.
Yeah, very early Sanity's Eclipse. I think Ryoya must have expected to have the damage to blow up the Viper there. But Viper with this Rod of Atos, he's got a pretty big mana pool. So the damage wasn't enough.
You know, yeah, I think that's the only explanation. And was just prepped for it ready. And now Flea wants to make a move, but it's just not going to happen.
And Viper is surprisingly effective at stopping Roche from happening. All he had to do was run in, drop a Nether Toxin in the Roshan pit, and suddenly, you know, Ursa and OD didn't really want to stick to Roche. They felt forced to fight.
Yeah. Well, big plays indeed, as 23 minutes in, that is blowing this wide open again. And we've got an Aegis. Who is it that actually has the Aegis? It's Monster. Monster has the Aegis. Okay.
I don't mind this. Lycan's a pretty bad Aegis hero, so I guess the main other consideration would you give it to the Invoker, but this allows Viper to kind of beat his frontliner. He's not particularly tanky or survivable in general, but he has all these spells that he wants to be on the front line to use, so I don't mind this.
They are a little bit spread out right now, as Viper is going to pick up that Illusion Rune as the rest of 5ManMidas heads up top. But now, if you're black and yellow, need to find a way to take a fight on a good angle. And if they could separate them, it would be nice. But Ryoya is on the other side of the map. I feel like they kind of have to abandon this position. It's really scary right now.
Yeah, they're just being able to play around these high grounds. They're gonna
Zero? Gets caught out of position and he's just dead. I felt like there was a little bit of a miscommunication there. Jubei saw people on the ward and then he ran away, but they're stuck around a bit too long.
Now they've got an Alacrity Lycan leading the charge with an AC. Looks like they should be able to get this tier 2 tower, although they back off maybe to grab some bounty runes. Monster are gonna stick around. Now they can go for that outpost control if they want to, not that they need it for the XP. 5 more minutes before the 30-minute mark.
Right. Now, 5ManMidas looking very good in this one. Black and yellow, certainly not out by any stretch of the imagination. But they're going to need to get their feet back under them and wait out this Aegis. You've got an Ursa that's still super duper farmed, has this Battle Fury with the BKB, trying to get towards the Basher next. And also OD, who's finished off his BKB. So there's a lot of good timing still left to work with for black and yellow.
I think if this game drags long enough and Ursa gets like an Abyssal into SMY type build, you're looking really scary, but they're not waiting for any kind of late game timing. They want to go now. They're smoked up and trying to catch 5ManMidas by surprise.
This would be a nice pickoff for them, but you can see 5ManMidas. Yeah, they're playing this safe. They're sticking together, not making any easy targets, as they're gonna go down bottom, try and take out this outpost and the tier 2 tower as well. And you can see
gonna reveal himself on some necro books, so I have no
my
idea
God,
what's
Shu.
going on here.
What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Well, Sunstrike afterwards. They're going in for the fight. Ryoya is going to get hit there by the Viper Strike. Aegster takes down one. Ryoya trying to back out of here now. He will find that kill on to the Earth Spirit, but now they move in, and Lies trying to do Ring Around the Rosie, able to escape for the moment, literally running circles around Yamsum as they get away. Zero in trouble as he is going to fall. The Atos connects now onto Flea, trying to get away from there. Oh, but can't afford to die, and no detection, as you said.
They OD BKB. That's the 10-second BKB. Wasn't a bad idea to take a fight there, but unfortunately they're just killing supports during the OD's BKB. So yeah, it initially looks bad for 5ManMidas, losing their Ogre, losing the Earth Spirit just for a Witch Doctor kill. But once the OD's BKB wears off, he's just mincemeat, and 5ManMidas convincingly win the fight.
Very well played there for them, as they're going to take another tier 2 tower, heading down bottom next, just closing out the map wherever possible. Now, one thing to consider is that this Aegis is going to expire in about a minute, and they haven't gone for that like high ground push at all. Do you think it's enough for them to have just taken these outer towers and like shut down some map control? Would you rather seen like maybe a bit more aggressive move? Should they try and go for the high ground here?
We're gonna find out. It looks like Lies is connecting, so they do want to go for that 30-second window with the Aegis, though. So they've got to be really careful. I feel like the game plan here, if you're black and yellow, is try and get them as the Aegis expires.
Yeah, it's true. This is really, really deadly. I mean, if they blow everything on him right now, it's 20 seconds. This is okay still. Aegis down. Can they find him a second time? No BKB available on Viper. Turn it back around with RRL. Can they kill him off in time? Ursa on top tries to get the kill. They will get him. Now Roya hiding off to the side. They buy back on the Mars. Have they gone in too deep? They miss on the roll. Not able to connect. Aegster is way in deep. Keeps diving in further. Where are they going? Now trying to find more kills. Aras to TP out. 5ManMidas, what have you done?
That was wild. I thought they were going to wait for the Aegis to expire, but turns out they just need to spear the Viper into the tower and catch him out a little bit out of position. He did have the Force Staff, but I think 5ManMidas just felt a little bit too eager to force a push with basically an expiring Aegis. Their Lycan was very close to BKB. He didn't have it when they went for that play, so definitely a little bit surprised by that.
One of these long series where you feel your strength, you feel your power, you can feel the win, but the other team still has some tricks up its sleeves, and they catch them off guard for sure. But a solid performance for them at the very least so far. We're seeing that the Mars bought back in that fight. Black and yellow hold on to their high ground. Now they need to probably play for the next Aegis as well. But that kind of gives them some extra life here. And this Ursa getting larger and larger. He's got that Basher done. Almost got the Abyssal completed.
He's getting scary. We definitely saw there why kind of 5ManMidas were not so keen on going for a high ground push and prioritize tier 2 towers and outposts. Speaking of which, 15 seconds on this outpost. I don't think they can get there in time to snipe it. They did smoke up. This is perhaps a little bit late on the smoke timing, I feel. Yeah, they are going to get the outpost. Just the one hero that's going to be too late.
Yeah. Now, bounty runes at the very least will be claimed, but now they're heading back down bottom again. I don't know. This is looking scary a little bit, because now I guess you just get into another battle of like the fight around Roche likely.
And I mean, both teams have some crazy team fight potential around that Roshan. We're going to have BKBs on both sides, Invoker building towards an Aghanim Scepter. So we're going to see a very, high-level Invoker. He's gone back for all the Exort points. He almost has it maxed out, so this is not just that utility Invoker anymore. With the Midas, he's managed to scale really well into the late game.
True. He's gotten what he needs so far here. Zero also getting towards his BKB. Likely won't have it in time for that fight, depending on what the timer ends up being for Roche, as he is still around, 1,500 gold away. But we'll have to wait and see. Other things, Greaves done, as well as that Spirit Vessel a while ago from Mirana. Jubei's still working towards a Ghost Scepter, trying to stay alive in these engagements. Doesn't look like there's been anything else that's super big that's come out from either team yet, but that is a gem pickup. That'll be nice for Mirana. He's able to get that one done, and Abyssal just now completed.
I think they're just realizing how important this map control is, and the Lycan Wolves being able to scout you, and you don't know that you're maybe playing under vision, is definitely problematic. So this is definitely the time where you want to have a gem on your team. For this much important Roshan, which is going to respawn in a minute's time, so...
Okay. Vision-wise, right now, Dire have that one ward that was just played right outside of the outside the pit. Looks like they still have a smoke on black and yellow. As Invoker has the Aghanim Scepter done.
Does mean no buyback, so if he gets jumped on and maybe speared into a tree or something before he pops BKB, that could be a opening for black and yellow to just team wipe them.
Yeah, literally nobody has buyback except for the Witch Doctor right now in the whole game. Everybody very close though, within 1,000 gold, with the exception of the Ursa. So any fight right now gets a little bit messy. If you can wait a little while for it. Oh, Yamsun? Okay, they're not going to go on him.
And Ursa with an Abyssal means he's got that pseudo answer to these BKBs. If he gets on top of someone, he may just be able to burst them down,
Right.
BKB or not.
Okay, we've got a 13 streak, by the way, for multicasts for Ogre right now. Just keeping track of that one as the game goes on. And he's looking for another one. Can they do anything here? Pops the shapeshift, wants to run in. Rolling on top of him. There's the big ulti coming out as well. Do they have enough damage? Look at that Battle Fury, though. Meanwhile, the Witch Doctor ulti up on the high ground. That's taken away for the moment. 2 dead so far for both teams. Monster trying to hit on the other side. Gets the Voodoo Switcheroo down. And the runaway arrow not going to connect. They have buyback on Lycan, but he won't have shapeshift when he comes back.
Some huge Ursa damage coming out, able just to burst through the Lycan there, even through the BKB. And suddenly it's black and yellow with Roche control. Anything 5ManMidas can do about this, we're about to see. It looks like they may just be giving it up. Invoker did TP bottom, has 20 seconds on the boot to travel, so this is going to be uncontested Roche. For the time being,
they're thinking about it. Jubei, he's going to get stunned, take a lot of damage, and saved. Roya able to keep him alive, and that signals everybody else get away. No more time for a battle here. But Aegis and Cheese on that Ursa. Yeah, this game's wild.
it's definitely, I think, showing the Lycan's game plan has to be to kind of just run away from this Ursa. He does have the damage to kill you. You've got to prioritize the supports, the Mars. We saw the Mars just having his mana pool drain there. He couldn't really do a whole lot in response to being gone on.
And I mean, this is really, I mean, it's gone back and forth, and now you just look at that win probability graph over time. Definitely favoring black and yellow off the back of getting that Midas, or rather the Aegis and Cheese. But how do they really close this one down? Is it just a matter of like trying to shut down each of those outer towers, or do you try and make a smoke play and just kill everybody? I'm not even sure.
I like that plan. I think the smoke into just finding kills. Their lineup isn't built to like push down a lane, even if they're stronger now with an Aegis and have a bit of a gold lead. Their best bet is going to be finding kills.
Okay.
But hard to do so, definitely with all the scouting and vision coming from Forged Spirits, from Lycan Wolves, just from wards in general. Has Earth Spirit got his shard yet? He doesn't, but got to imagine, yeah, he's got it queued up as his next item, so
right.
A lot of scouting potential coming up from 5ManMidas.
Or getting closer to a sheep stick on Viper, which would be a nice pickup. But again, it kind of signals one of the other problems with this draft, which is like kind of a lack of physical damage. That's where the Lycan's supposed to make up for it, but since I don't know, it feels like Lies hasn't been able to stay on top of targets as much as he would have wanted. You mentioned in that last fight, getting abyssal and just blown up by Ursa. It makes it tough.
Feels like he's never going to be like this true late game physical damage threat, maybe to the supports, but not so much to like an Ursa.
Jump forward, Abyssal catches him right at the start. Shu trying to save his life. There's going to cataclysm down. Not enough damage yet. Shu will end up falling here to the Maledict damage and still controlling Monster. He's also dead. They take him down, and all it takes is a couple of seconds. Black and yellow showing their strength here in this game number 3.
I like it. Having these blinks, the blink on Ursa, the pickup you don't see as often, but it's just giving them this instant jump that's finding kill after kill. It combos so nice with the Mars. You can frontline so well now that he's got a BKB. They're going to force him by.
Some split push going on here, though, at the same time. They're going to try and TP back Jubei as the pressure goes onto the tier 3 tower, catapults a whole heck of a lot of summons. But this tower is actually dropping so quickly.
Alacrity Siege Creep doing insane damage.
And they take it. So they're the ones that claim the first tower. Yeah, that's something that you got to watch for in this game. Split push is dangerous. Meanwhile, up top, Lies.
Yep.
Finds
He's
and
bottom.
some. He does have BKB, Abyssal Blade there as well. Trying to take down
He's also got-
RRL.
I don't think you're
Sun.
dealing with this.
No, it's really hard to make that work. So they're gonna have to cut this wave instead. But Lies in the shapeshift, runs away. I don't know. This is feeling harder and harder for 5ManMidas. I feel like Black and Yellow might have turned the corner here.
I absolutely agree. With the BKBs, there's just no real answer to it. You know, there's some AO, like the mass Sunstrike Cataclysm damage is like decent, but you don't have good ways to lock them in place because they're just going to BKB and move out of it.
And this
It's
ward,
looking to initiate again.
this ward scouts him out right at the start. They have the arena down. 0 separates the rest of the team. He does get the BKB and walk away, but look at the Witch Doctor ulti coming from the other side. Jubei on a killing spree takes him down. Oh, sick stuff there. He will lose his life for the cause, but well worth it as they take down 2.
Just unafraid with an Aegis and these BKBs. Ursa just blinking in blindly. Didn't even have like much vision of which heroes were there, but he just knew, if there's heroes there, I want to blink on them. And able to find 2 kills on heroes who don't have buyback, and that could lead to this high ground being sieged. The Lycan, the split pusher, is dead, so this time you don't have to worry about your bottom lane. There's no siege creeps, there's no Lycan necrobooks. Time for Black and Yellow to break high ground.
Pick up a flicker there. Overwhelming blink now. And a much talked about item that is pretty devastating at times.
It's just so nice that you can have Blink on like a carry and it scales better into the late game because you can turn a 2,000 gold item into this like 6,000 gold item.
True. Now, all right, we have a quick pause. Sound issue apparently. But Black and Yellow looking really, really solid here with a 13,000 gold lead. You can see right there. And like we talked about, buyback status, don't have it on this Lycan or the Earth Spirit. They also don't have it on the Ogre, but he's not dead, at least as of yet. But it feels like this game could rapidly be over unless they're able to mount some type of crazy defense here.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to wait for probably the Earth Spirit to respawn. He's just so much of their team fight. Just look, these fights are looking so hard for them because Viper is so vulnerable without a BKB, basically. Like, I don't think Monster necessarily went the wrong items, so it's just the nature of this hero. There's too many items he feels like he needs. He needs, you know, the Atos first, then he wanted this Atos for the mobility. Feels like they need more lockdown, but just tough game for 5ManMidas.
Absolutely. And as they walk away, Aegis is going to be reclaimed. So they get out free and clear. Cool as a cucumber. And the next tier of items, picking up a leveler. Why not?
Absolutely, why not? I don't think Yamson... Okay, he does go with the leveler. Titan Sliver, of course, fantastic, giving him some additional status resistance with the ultimate, but he's going to be a pushing power with this leveler.
Tons of pressure early on there as Fleet tries to take down the courier. We'll get it. Things just left strewn all over the map at this point, it feels like. As the tier 2 tower is going to be taken down next. You can see right now, 5ManMidas, they're going to go out, try and take back over this outpost before the 40-minute mark. Maybe secure themselves a couple of the neutral items along the way as well, as they could definitely use them.
Imagine Black and Yellow are going to try and force them back. And yep, they just jump in.
Too much damage too quickly. The Hex is out afterwards, and well, they clean it up easy as can be. Spear afterwards, controlling, killing. They do have buyback on the Invoker as the top lane being pushed in, but look out, Jubei's nearby. He's ready to jump at a moment's notice. He can't go on him to cancel TPs if he wants.
BKB Lycan though, so...
Well,
He's got Abyssal.
Witch Doctor ulti goes down, can't get him. All right, Lies out of here.
Not the outcome they're hoping to find a kill there as they TP'd back, because I don't think Black and Yellow feel like they're in a rush to end this game. They can wait for these bounty runes, wait for next Roshan, so they were just hoping to find a Lycan kill there. Getting bottom tier 3 tower or even Rax wasn't going to win them this game, but getting next Roshan is what's going to secure the W.
Yeah, that's what's going to make the big difference for sure. And I mean, if you're looking at the side of it from 5ManMidas, you're able to keep one lane of Rax alive, which is super important. But the bigger issue is it's down 18,000 gold right now. And things looking mighty, mighty scary. The 40-minute mark here.
got to support Mirana with a Hex. 17,000 net worth. That completely caught the Invoker by surprise when he got gone on there. I don't think he was expecting that item to be up already.
She's ahead of the freaking Viper. This is deathly.
It's basically a Cole Mirana here, you know. This is
Yeah.
well and truly transitioned.
Look at where he's farming. He's like inside of their freaking face. Flea is crazy. Okay, is Flea dead now? He should be punished for this. Shouldn't be able to get away with this. Unbelievable. But knowing the limits, knowing his team is there to back him up behind enemy lines, has the OD available with that Astral, and never a worry.
And 5ManMidas did go for a little smoke there, expecting maybe a high ground push to happen, but it didn't come. So once again, I feel like that's somewhat been their downfall this game. It's just a couple of smokes being wasted, and they've just been so crucial for getting a good initiation. And
Right. Meantime, Roya moves over, kills off those summons rather rapidly as Lies just trying to cut the wave, buy whatever time they can here in this game number 3. And again, one that both teams would absolutely love to be able to come away with the W in. Like, really matters when you're these middle of the pack teams.
Illusion.
But things looking rather rough. So we're 18 seconds away from the next Roche. Is there anything else that's coming out that's going to be of big impact here? Viper goes back for the Aeon disc.
okay.
It's something.
Yeah, it's not like that game changer. It may keep him alive a bit longer. The Hex could swing things if you get a good initiation. The problem's going to be, it's going to be like this high ground sieging Ursa who's going to have an Aegis, so Roche will respawn. They've already, I think, scouted it with this courier. They're pinging it, so...
Yeah.
And without so they've got a smoke, I believe. No smoke. Yeah, one smoke on the Ogre, and I will see if they go for this Roche contest or not. It may be a situation where they've got to try and make a play.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to, I mean, already, if they ran right now, I don't think they'd get there in time. It's coming too late. Invoker had 7,000 gold, decides to buy out for this Aeon disc. And that is going to attempt to keep him alive longer, but this next Aegis... and well, the Aghanim Scepter, who's going to claim that one? Right now, OD has it. Which certainly wouldn't be bad for him. And yeah, he's just going to get it for himself now. All right, what can they do?
Oh, they're going to need some really good jump here. They
Oh,
don't have
Jubei.
a nice sneaky spot for him.
And they get the Hex. They open right at the start. Aeon Disc afterwards, though. Off the mark. With that spear, keeping him fine and dandy. Yamsum still has that Aegis. Eggster trying to control this Ursa as he's already used Abyssal Blade. A steady beatdown onto him as they're trying to keep this alive, but the arrow and the spear are going to catch on to both of them for the pushback. Yamsum going down low and Sunstrike to get the kill on that Aegis. That was much needed. Jubei now, Voodoo Switcheroo, throwing it onto Shu. Gets lifted up in the tornado there. Rolling for more, getting that kill. That's a good fight.
That's the struggle for Black and Yellow, is breaking this high ground. Oh, like it.
Down
Oh,
bottom.
going for the bottom. Got sniped. Ryoya blew him up with the BKB sanities. And they're going to buy back. They
And
want
the fight going on up at the
Got now.
top. Zero.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they got him. No more Lycan. No more chance. Look at the bounce in Cask and the Death Ward. Jubei chasing forward, looking for a bit more there. As Flea is dominating, they will lose just about everybody. They have buyback left on both the Invoker and the Earth Spirit, but man, it is hard to imagine them holding without that Lycan. He's
Yeah,
300 gold away.
They're going to have to use both these buybacks, I can only imagine, but it does look like they're not actually going for the push top. They're looking for the heroes. The Mirana neutral item kind of reveals their position, zapping some creeps there.
Yeah, that's not necessarily what you want to have happen, but nonetheless, they're ready to jump in at a moment's notice here.
Hero that shows himself as getting blitzed on, I feel.
Yep, and there's the jump. Got him right at the start. Arrow comes out afterwards. Tornado off the mark. BKB's available. Shu gonna throw out that stun. Cataclysm afterwards, but the OD save. Cataclysm does absolutely nothing. As Flea wants to jump in a bit longer.
Yeah, the Cataclysm is so much of their damage in these fights. I feel like without it, they actually can't really initiate.
Shu there gets gone on by Roya, but they can't quite get the kill. He's hanging on 45 seconds until Sane's Eclipse. Lycan is back up now. And if they manage to find a kill, he would just about have buyback as well. But there's the Hex again. Round 2, Arena down. Jump in onto Aegster. Aegster tries to get away. He manages to escape. Rolls back to the fountain. But Monster Hex taking a lot of damage. He's done. Shapeshift trying to chase down Zero, trying to find that kill. Lie's doing a good bit, but Jubei gets the Death Ward interrupted. Now rolling in for more. They buy back on the Viper as well. RRL backs out of there. The BKBs are wearing off pretty soon from Yamsum here. As Jubei will die, it looks like they're going to take down the Ursa as well, maybe. Ryoya, super low. He's also in trouble. Trying to hide out of there. And blink out. Oh my god, are they actually going to get out of there? Unbelievable.
He's hitting the racks. He's a madman.
I mean, he's going to die, but...
He accepts his fate. You know, he's saving Ryoya.
Exactly. I can't believe Ryoya got out of there.
Well, they hold their last racks. That cost them a ton of buybacks. They desperately needed all the kills they could get. When you buy back like your whole team to defend your last racks, it's not worth it unless you're getting kills. So they do get the Ursa. Doesn't look like they'll have any opportunity to force him to buy back here. But they're still alive for now.
And Lie's queuing up the Rapier, realizing, okay, I just got to go in for it all. They need to make a big play. Now, one thing to consider is that, split push is still a possibility. That's something that I feel like they have to look towards, because if these fights are working out even, it just feels like it's so much into the favor of black and yellow, the way that it's gone the last couple minutes.
That feels like maybe the 1% win chance for 5ManMidas is to basically go for a Boots of Travel backdoor play with the Invoker plus Lycan. Like the summons plus the Alacrity, the Deso, and just go for the throne. Because it feels like winning a team fight is just such a big ask for them right now.
True. And I mean, bottom lane is pushing in. They were able to take down the range racks at the very least. They're still hanging on to that bottom lane racks as well. But they need all the damage that they can get. And certainly getting a Rapier on Lycan would help. It would be a nice little win for them there. They can make it happen.
They're desperately trying to farm up, get their last neutral item, an Illusionist Cape. Pretty useless, unfortunately, for them.
DD Rune on the bottom. RRL has a Sheep Stick as well. But yeah, like needing to sort of outplay and outmaneuver them is definitely going to need to be the option. Lycan has the Summon Wolf in the lane with the Aghanim Shard. And bottom lane is pushing in here.
Nice. There's extra wolves.
You can see black and yellow heading down south now. And they don't want to deal with it. I mean, they're kind of heading back north again. Who is it that's coming to deal with this? It's Ryoya. Okay. Buybacks.
For black and yellow, like the team comms has to be like, okay, we're super far ahead. Let's wait for Roshan. And when we get Rosh, how do we lose this game? Is if they backdoor out throne. Whatever you do, you're just always going to be thinking, can they backdoor out throne? Let's keep this bottom lane pushed out at all times.
Right. Well, and all lanes pushed out at all times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Any of them could go down. And glyphs for both teams are available now to get close to this 50-minute mark.
So Rapier almost up on the Lycan. Doesn't even save his buyback. He hasn't got the Rapier, and he's still spending the money to buy the Relic. That's how desperate they feel they are, that he's going to have to get this Rapier or they're just going to lose.
He actually doesn't have a TP right now.
Yeah.
That's not
I
good.
don't mind him TPing up here to push out these lanes, but yeah, he does need to bring out a TP. He just sold his boots to get this Rapier, it looks like.
Yeah.
But he's going to be, his team is, hasn't got his team. And there's no lane. Can he backdoor through backdoor protection? I don't think so, but maybe we're going to find out. Boots of Travel onto a wolf? Are they going for this?
I mean, maybe. It seems like it's the only thing you could possibly do at this point, because he can't come back home. Yeah, and I guess that they're going for it. He's going into the pit. They're going to try and break TPs most likely here on the other side as he goes for the tier 4 towers, doing a hell of a lot of damage with the Rapier. It's actually breaking through. If they can break TPs here, this would be the most ridiculous win in the world, but they've already lost one. Monster likely to go down. He realizes it's not going to work, and with no TP, I mean, there's just nothing he can do. The rest of his team is dying while he's running around jungle. Classic. But,
I think that's kind of what they had to consider, but they needed the Invoker to TP, I'm pretty sure, to make that work.
Right, with the Alacrity there as well.
And even then, there was a glyph. Like, I think they would have. It would have been a really slow throne because of the glyph. You've got to go through 2 tier 4 towers and the throne. GG is called. Black and yellow get the win.
They are gonna do it, and I think that was a series that could have gone either way at various points in all of the games. 5ManMidas put up a really good showing, and I think that obviously sucks to lose there in the end, but Black and Yellow, well-deserved victory. 5ManMidas put on a good performance. Anything that stood out to you in those games?
I think just how well both teams played and reacted to the different situations they were in. Like you say, all 3 games felt like they could have gone either way. We're very close, even though this one ends up with like a 45k gold lead, and it kind of looks like a stomp in the final 5-10 minutes. But for the first 25-30 minutes, it really was 5ManMidas who were in a really good position, played their draft really well. They were just on a bit of a timer and didn't have that good scale and carry.
Yeah, true. Missing that timing certainly hurts. And Black and Yellow able to persevere through it. I think the team that most people is expecting to win this one, albeit not in this fashion. I think that's the story so far of the upper division of NADPC that we've seen. Is this region a lot more competitive than people were giving it credit for? And I'm excited to see what ends up happening next. But I think that's going to do it for us for today in the upper bracket. In the upper division, we're going to head on back to the panel and see what they thought about that game, about that series, about today. But first, to a quick break.